Okay, friends, so for your personal narrative, and it'll be the first writing piece that you do. So you're going to want to choose something, and one of your lessons asks you to think about 3 different things you might want to write about. So a personal narrative is typically centered around one event in your life. So one family vacation, or one baseball, basketball, football, soccer game that was really memorable, or a day when you got a pet, or some really big day and experience in your life. So when we think about that, we're probably not going to write about video games. It'd be really hard to come up with a lot of details about a video game. So think about something in your life that you've done. It could have been something at school. It could have been something at home. Something really important that you can have a lot of details about. So when we start writing, you're going to think of 3 things in your life that you might want to write about. So maybe it would be the day or how you had asked your parents, you'd been asking them for a year to get a puppy and you finally got a puppy. Or you went to the Smoky Mountains and you went to Pigeon Forge on vacation and you want to talk about what you did there. Or you won a really big award and you want to talk about what led up to the award and how you got it. Or you were the goalie in the championship soccer game and you're going to talk about everything that happened in the game, and then did you save the winning goal so that your team could win and they won the championship. So for your personal narrative, it's going to be something that you can give a lot of details about. This week, you're going to be picking your topic, and you're going to be writing just a really rough draft. On the schedule, it says graphic organizer. That's not something you have to submit to me. All that is you're going to be thinking, okay, if I'm going to choose to write about my vacation to Disney World, what are the things that were really important? What were my favorite things that I did at Disney World? Was it, meeting one of the characters, or eating a certain place, or one of the rides, or maybe I want to write about one of each of those? Because it's going to be more than just a paragraph. So it is going to be a pretty lengthy paper. You're going to write, when we'll talk about this more as we get into it, we'll be writing over the next couple weeks. So you're going to have an introduction paragraph where you're going to hook us in, and you're going to tell us what experience you're talking about. And then you're going to have 2 or 3 body paragraphs talking about the experience. So if it's Disney World, maybe one of my paragraphs is talking about what we did on the way down there. We rode in the car. We were super excited. And then my next paragraph is we get there, and this is the character that I meet. And then my 3rd paragraph is all about a ride that I loved. And then our last paragraph is the conclusion. So that's where you sum it all up and you tell it again. And we'll talk, like I said, we'll talk more about this as we go through. But for this week, and I'm looking at mine just so I make sure that I'm telling you everything correctly, you are writing your first draft. So when we write our first draft, we don't really worry about spelling. We don't really worry about where we're putting our punctuation in. We're just getting our thoughts on paper. We're wanting to know, can I have enough details about this experience? Can I come up with enough material to write about? And if we can't, then we're early enough in the process that we can take 2 steps back and think, maybe I should change my topic. So this week, you're thinking, what are 3 things in my life, 3 big events? Maybe it's when you had a new brother or sister. That's a pretty big life experience. So you're going to think about some life experience, 3 of them. You're going to pick the one that you really want to write about, that you think you can give the most details for. And then what's due Thursday, it's the activity, it's your first draft. And so you can either type that, or if you want to handwrite it on paper and have somebody send me the picture, that's fine too. Because if you would rather handwrite this, that's totally fine. Just if you do that, in the submission box on PLP, so that it'll let you move on, just type in "sent to Mrs. Saunders" by email or text or remind, however you choose to send it to me. So graphic organizer is on there. You don't have to turn anything in. All that means is you're going to break down what was the detail, what do I really want people to know about it. So for your personal narrative this week, that's where you stop. So it's, what am I going to write about? And then you're going to get your first round of thoughts on paper.